If you had all the money in the world, where would you live? What would your house be? Would you live in a stone castle in the Scottish Highlands with tall towers and a wide moat? Would you live in a tropical home on a white beach in Fiji with open-air cabanas and crystal blue water? Would you live in a lavish penthouse in New York City overlooking Central Park with large glass windows and distant views up in the clouds? Or would you design a brand new house? And if so, what style would that house be? Classic colonial, American shingle, mid-century modern? Or would you do something bold, something unique, like Queen Anne, contemporary, or brutalist? Okay, so now you have the money, and you're going to design your own home. Where do you start? How do you design a home?
Look, why couldn't you make me an architect? You know I always wanted to pretend that I was an architect.
I believe in the human experience, what it means to experience structures, architecture, and what it's like to design and build structures for other people to experience. For years, people have romanticized architects and what it must be like to be an architect. We've all watched well-known movies and TV that depicted architects as charming and confident, thoughtful and funny, intuitive and passionate, serious and determined, scatterbrained, or just self-involved. When I was 12, I traveled with my parents to see Thomas Jefferson's Monticello home, and I was struck by people's amazement with it. They were comparing it to their own homes. Some discussed the size, others talked about who he was and his abilities to design, and others about who actually built it. It clearly represents so much more than the building itself. It had stories. That was when I realized architecture was about emotion, and that was when I decided to pursue architecture. I'm Robert Berger. I'm a custom residential architect and builder practicing for over 30 years. It's called a practice for a reason, because I'm always learning and striving to improve. I love learning from clients and the craftspeople that build the homes, learning about people, their similarities, and their differences. I learn how people interact with each other and with the building, how people perceive light and dark, colors, textures, and materials. I'll be sharing videos with stories of my experiences and challenges, and the stories of my projects and the people that help create, sculpt, and fabricate them. We'll be walking through homes where I can explain my thought process and some of the details that create the experience of custom designs for specific people. We have design build shows, sharing the process of design and following along through the construction, addressing the challenges along the way. We'll be having conversations about a variety of home topics, ranging from designing and shaping unique features to controversial design decisions, addressing the challenges of homeowners, architects, and contractors. It's one thing to imagine a concept of a home or the elements therein. It's another to actually implement these ideas. I'll be sharing my journey solving these challenges, both small and large, from renovations to additions to full homes, the property, the landscape, and even the furniture inside. There's a bit of wonder in studying, designing, and building homes based on emotion, but that is the world of residential architecture. I love what I do, and I'm so grateful to do what I do. Consider subscribing to follow along with all of our videos that I'm so excited to share with you. I love the community that we've built, and I welcome you to join me in this practice. Like art, photography, and music, and how the perception changes through the passage of time, architecture is more than the space, shapes, and materials that it's made of. Architecture is the human experience, and I invite you to explore this with me.
That was good. How would you answer that first question? Where would you live if you had all the money in the world?
Well, if I had all the money in the world, I would probably live in